everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. So before we begin this video today, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so that you can get notified of any new videos that come on board. If you have a topic, a question, a comment, anything, connect with me on, put it in the comment section. And if you want to connect with me in other social media outlets, by all means, you can do so. On Facebook, you can search for me, Carlos Flores Jr. On Instagram, you can search for me by typing in @BackOnBasics. On X, you can also look for me by typing in @BackOnBasics. Today, we're going to talk about pride and guilt, which go hand in hand. And I'm telling you, from experience, pride and guilt go hand in hand. And sometimes it's self-pride and self-guilt, and sometimes it's done by other people, their pride, and they try to make you feel guilty because they're not in a good space. And so we'll talk about that, because a lot of the times when we're prideful, when we have pride, too much pride, or we feel guilty about something, we're being held back, or you're holding yourself back. Let's be more specific. You're holding yourself back. Remember what we talk about, right? Being in the present moment, being in the here and now, making sure that you're making your basic foundation even stronger, right? With the foundation that will hold the mind-body balance. And that's the bottom line. Mind-body balance is important because, remember, right, there's an interaction between your supercomputer that you have, everything stored in here, with your body. Because they work. It's a two-way street, right? If the mind is focused, the body's focused. If the body's focused, then the mind is focused. And so, again, and what's the best place to be when it's focused? In the present moment, in the here and now. But unfortunately, guilt and pride hold us back. And I said that. But they both do it in different ways. Pride, it's kind of like being motivated, but in a negative way. Pride means that, and it's good to be proud of yourself. And I'm not saying that being proud of yourself is bad. All I'm saying is that if you have way too much pride, or if you let others influence you in order for you to think that you're bigger than you actually are in social media outlets and in different aspects of life, at work, at home, then those things are the ones that are going to hold you back. Because if you have too much pride, then that means you're not moving forward, because you feel like you're there, you're almost there, or you're there. And it's hard for you to see because either yourself or other people are pumping you with information that tells you that you have arrived, right? When in reality, you may not be there. You may be close to it and you may be moving forward, but you're not there yet. So pride is it's hard. It's hard to gauge sometimes, because you need to be proud of yourself. That's one thing that I tell you about. You need to be very proud of yourself, but not too much. And what's too much? Hallucinations. If you start thinking that, oh, I got this, I'm going to be this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to be the biggest YouTuber here. I mean, you hear me, right? You hear me every single video that you watch, that I tell you that I love doing this. This is my motivation. These are my steps that I take because I want to share with you, because I want to help you. But at the same time, I know that this channel will go slowly, and that's okay. This is not a fast growing channel, not yet anyways. But believe me, remember what I told you before, the power of compounding is actually making it so that it's growing a lot faster than it did at the beginning. I started out with 4 subscribers. I don't even know if they're still here. I think they are. They look, they watch videos, and I appreciate them. Right now, we're at 199 followers. Thank you, everyone that has subscribed to my YouTube channel. Again, this is not going to be a sexy channel, but this will be a channel that you can, every time you watch a video, you will take away some tools so that way you can move forward. So that way you can use the power of compounding. So that way you can actually say, I have a roadmap that I can use. And only you can choose what roadmap to use. Remember, right? You should know yourself really well. You should know yourself how when you're mad, when you're happy, when you're stressed, all of them. Because the more you know yourself, the more you'll be able to adapt. The more you'll be able to bring in your support system so that way they can help you out. Remember, right? It's nice to move forward, but whenever you get to a certain point and you have velocity and you have speed and you have a support system and you're making decisions in the here and now, in the present moment, you're going to be unstoppable. I'm telling you, the power of compounding, you're going to be unstoppable. So that's pride. Again, right? I mean, it's a lot to deal with by itself. But when you add guilt, oh my goodness. Pride is you're feeling like you're puffy. Guilt, it's like, oh, while pride is a fake upper sometimes, guilt is a fake downer sometimes. And sometimes guilt doesn't come from just you. It comes from those around you. Remember what I said. Your support system is the group that you should confide with. It should be a two-way street. It should be a place where you can actually say and ask questions and say, am I going in the right direction? Am I doing this the right way? What should I do? Should I adapt when doing this? And your support system is going to look at it from their perspective based on you, and they will give you some suggestions, and you will make the ultimate decision that ultimately will move you forward. Again, you have to also make sure that you don't feel guilty that I'm bothering these people, or I'm taking too much of their time, or maybe they don't know me as well as I think that they do, or maybe they don't want to help me. Again, right? Guilt holds you back. Look, I'm sweating. It's still over 100 here in California at 8:46 p.m. And so guilt is hard. Guilt is hard to comprehend, because guilt, you're actually feeling like you're not the best. You're feeling like you're not in your game. You're feeling like you shouldn't even be in the race. Remember, right? Life is a marathon. It's not a race. I've said that over and over and over again. I'm a broken record, and I'll say it again, because it isn't. If it was a race, then a lot of people would lose. But it's a marathon. Remember. And the thing is, one thing that you have to think about that I haven't really touched on is this. Who are you racing with? Who are you racing against? Your support system is the ones who you are doing the marathon with. The people around you, maybe the ones that you're going against. So remember, right? It's not a race, it's a marathon. And who are you doing? Because everybody's an individual. Everybody has different goals. And even if you have the same 5 goals as the person right next to you, believe me, those goals are not going to be 100% identical. Because all of you are individuals. And I appreciate the fact that all of us are individuals. We're all very unique. And that's where guilt goes away. When you start thinking and saying, I'm an individual, I'm not racing with that person or that person or that person or that person, you start seeing that in the here and now, in the present moment, is the best place for you to be in. So that way you can make the best decisions. So that way you can take a look at the suggestions from your support system. It's hard enough. I mean, this world is hard enough, right? There's a lot of things going on all over the place. There's a lot of things that you can do, or that you can support, or that you cannot support. It's a lot. And with this digital technology, there's so much information coming at you that a lot of you can only take microbytes at a time. Why do you think I do microbytes every day? One in Spanish, one in English. Why do you think I do that? Because I want to make sure that you can take the microbytes and move forward. And then I want you to choose to do the bigger ones and look at the roadmap on how to do that. The microbyte gets you thinking, gets you to adapt, gets you to motivate, gets you to move forward. The longer video helps you with the roadmap, right? This helps you with the roadmap. It helps you of where you're going to be, when you're going to be. And remember, the longer videos also I suggest reassessing your goals every 3 to 6 months. And so again, you have to make sure that you are the one in the present moment making the decisions based on your support system, right? Guilt, off to the side. Pride, off to the side. Pride and guilt will hold you back. By themselves will hold you back. If you're too prideful, you're not going to ask for help. You're not going to reach out to different people. If you're guilty of something, or if you think that you should be guilty, you're not going to ask anybody for help, because you're going to feel like you're bothering them, because you're going to feel like you're taking too much of their time. Believe me, why am I telling you this? Because I also work on that. I'm also working on that. You got to understand, right? And I've said it again and again and again and again, right? Whatever I'm telling you, it's what I'm working on. It's what I'm working on. Believe me. We're all human beings, right? We're very unique. That's one thing you have to understand. We're very unique individuals. No one person is alike. Down to the microscopic foundation of life. We're not identical. We're very different. The nature versus nurture in psychology tells us the genetic makeup may be somewhat similar, but not completely. But the way that we see life, our life experiences, and any other things makes us so unique. I love it. Makes us so unique. You're unique. I'm unique. Everybody around us are unique. So why are we racing with other people? Get to your goals. Let's get to the goals, right? Let's get going. Put pride aside. Put guilt aside. Let's get going. You and I, all of us, right? This is a basic community. Love it. Because we're going back on basics. And this basic community knows that there's, how are we gonna race with other people that are not going after the identical goals? And I mean identical goals. They may sound identical, but believe me, each person looks at their goals differently. Each person assesses their success differently. Keep going. Move forward. Pride out to the side. Guilt to the other side, right? Don't get held back. Take it step by step by step. Believe me, you'll move forward. The power of compounding. I started with 4 people subscribing, and in less than a year, we have 199. It's fast for me because now we have a big community. And believe me, there's a lot of new people that watch these videos, that watch my shorts. Watch my shorts. It never gets old, people. If you don't laugh at yourself, you don't laugh at what you say or you do, man, remember, don't take yourself too serious. I used to take myself serious, very serious. Don't take yourself too serious. But keep your mind and your body sharp. Keep your mind and your body focused. Keep your mind and your body balanced. Do it in the present moment, because that's where you make the best decisions. And guess what? You're going to move forward. So, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so that you can get notified of any new video that comes on board. Any comments, any questions, anything, any topics, put them in the comment section. I'll be happy to give you my take on them. If you want to connect with me on other social media outlets, on Facebook, you can search for me, Carlos Flores Jr. On Instagram, you can certainly type at Back on Basics. On X, you can also type at Back on Basics. So, with pride to the side and guilt to the side, move forward. Remember, keep going. Review the other videos that I've made. There's over 250 videos. There's always a topic that we're always working towards. There's always goals that we're always working towards. Believe me, there is. Back on Basics.